Jamestown Eagles baseball is brought to you by Creative Energy and Dan Superstop, Dakota Central, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Otter Tail Power Company, Professional Eye Care Centers, The Frontier Ford Grill, Unison Bank, Hillerud Construction, SMP Health Ave Maria, Gun and Reel Sports, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Insurance, Steve Benyon Agent, Jamestown Country Club, Originals, Apex Physical Therapy, Jamestown Parks and Recreation, Johnny B's Brickhouse, Buffalo City Diesel, RM Stout, and Pit Stop Express Lube. Now, Jamestown Eagles baseball.
Summer weather has come to Jamestown, finally. And for the Jamestown Eagles, after 7 games out of league play in Legion Baseball, Double-A play begins tonight. There's plenty of more non-league play coming up, including a pretty neat trip that you'll hear about in a bit. But tonight and Thursday, the first 2 of the 10 Double-A Legion doubleheaders for the Jamestown Eagles. 4-3 after 2 wins here yesterday and last evening over Castleton. And tonight they meet the Mandan Chiefs, who dropped their first 2 league games to the team that is setting a good pace so far, the Dickinson Rough Riders. We're at Jack Brown Stadium, and good afternoon. I'm David Burrow. Glad to have you with us on Jamestown 107.1 and also newsdakota.com. Many ways you can listen. And remember, you can watch the first game of today's doubleheader. Johnny B's Brickhouse helps bring you the streaming. We have the link to it at newsdakota.com. We'll bring you game 1 of this twin bill and take you to Target Field for the opener of the Twin Series against the Texas Rangers as they continue their homestand. And it will be Simeon Woods Richardson pitching tonight for the Twins as they go for back-to-back wins as the Twins continue to deal with injuries to their starting rotation. For the Eagles, it's Jackson Colpin, who went 4-4 in the Blue Jays season. Thomas Newman's going to go in game 2 later this evening, so the Eagles send out there what they think are their best this evening. And for Mandan, it is Gage Miller, who was fairly effective in the 1 start he has made so far. Most of these players from the Mandan team that finished 5th of the state tournament. Of course, the Blue Jays also made the state tournament but lost both games. Well, they got started with Legion Ball just a few days after that. Busy time has started for the Eagles, and 4 big league games coming up with the 2 here and then the 2 in Minot on Thursday. The SMP Health Ave Maria pregame show. Glad to have you with us for game 1 of this doubleheader between Mandan and Jamestown at Jack Brown Stadium. And coming up, you'll hear from the head coach of the Eagles, and that's Sam Joseph. And he's coming right up here on Jamestown 107.1.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
The SMP Health Ave Maria pregame show, Jamestown Eagles, Mandan Chiefs. It is the Double-A openers for the Eagles today at Jack Brown Stadium. We're with head coach Sam Joseph. 7 games in, what do you like about what you've seen from this team so far?
Well, I like our transition from spring to summer so far. Guys picking up right where they left off. Gave some guys some days off to get healed up, but other than that, bats are going, arms are flowing, and enjoying the weather now.
Most of these guys, of course, played on the Blue Jays, and you're playing the Tuesday after you get done in the state tournament. But I bet for those guys it was like, hey, we don't mind. Let's keep going.
That's what summer baseball's about. Let's get out there and play some baseball games. Not much to do really right now with practice. We've been with each other since March, and now there's again not much to do other than get out here and have some fun, fly around.
All right, not only 2 wins last night here against Castleton, 2 errorless games. How encouraging was that?
Good. Defense is going to has been the big key for us, and is going to continue to be the big key. We have 2 guys that can come out here and take care of business, but we want to make sure that we keep our pitch counts low and use our defense, and our defense sets the tone for pretty much the rest of the game.
All right, you've got 4 games, the 2 tonight, the 2 in Minot Thursday before this trip, but I do want to talk about this trip because you're going to Canada, and you go to Lethbridge, you go to Moose Jaw, you go to Medicine Hat. What about the quality of the opponents you'll be playing in those places?
Well, I haven't been up in Canada for a long time, but I remember when I was playing, Canada was very, very good, and I hear they still are. We have a couple teams that come for the Phil Brown Classic, and they are really good. They play the game the right way. They're coached very well. So I can't wait to go up there and face some good competition.
Before that, this Mandan team today, then you go out to Minot, starting that trip on Thursday. So all the other games you have, but hey, you're starting to play the ones that really count. So these are the important ones starting today, right?
Absolutely. Obviously, one game at a time. And right now we're going to go with our big unit on the hill for the first game, and then with Jackson Copen, and then we're going to come back with Thomas in the second game.
Well, that's what they're there for these big games. Good to see you, Sam. Thank you. And, I'm not going to get to make the trip with you to Canada, so enjoy some poutine for me.
Absolutely. Next time, though.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Coming up, more on the S&P Health Ave Maria pregame show, Jamestown and Mandan. Coming up from Jack Brown Stadium on Jamestown 107.1.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Get ready for your child's next sports season with the comprehensive Well Child Visit or Sports Physical at Essentia Health. Our team ensures your child is fit and ready to perform at their best by updating immunizations, discussing mental health concerns, and answering questions about nutrition and safety. Schedule now at essentiahealth.org for a convenient appointment that fits your schedule. And stay ahead of the game.
I think we'd all had about enough of this gloomy gust weather. It is anything but that today. Nice and sunny. Got about 4 more hours, in fact, before sunset. 84 degrees in Jamestown. Northwest wind at around 17 miles per hour, so just enough of a breeze to take a little bit of the edge off the heat. Not too bad at all. 2 wins over Castleton last night brought the Eagles back above the 500 mark for the season overall. They're at 4-3. Braxton Perkins had the go-ahead hit in the bottom of the 6th inning in the Game 1 win. That was a victory over Castleton in Game 1 of that doubleheader last night, and then 8-0 in a 5-inning game in Game 2. 6 runs in the 3rd. Braxton Perkins drove in a couple in that first game. Jackson Colpin had a big 2-run hit in the 6-run 3rd inning in the 2nd game victory over Castleton. This isn't the only time, by the way, that Jamestown and Mandan will play during the regular season. These, of course, are the only two games that at least count. But there'll be a game with the Mandan A's here on Tuesday, the 1st of July. The A's are the level below the Chiefs in the pecking order of Legion Baseball in Mandan. So the schedule this week, these first two games here today with the Mandan in league play, and then it is out to Corbett Field to meet the Minot Vistas, and that is on Thursday. And then, as Sam Joseph mentioned, the trip to Canada. It starts with the Mary Okawa tournament in Lethbridge, Alberta at Spitz Stadium. That goes Friday through Sunday. The Eagles on Friday will play the host Lethbridge Elks. And on Saturday, two games, one against St. Albert AHP Wrestlers Black, the other against the Calgary Cubs. And then the final game will be on Sunday. Then a week from tonight, they'll be in Medicine Hat, Alberta, to meet the Medicine Hat Moose Monarchs. And then the Moose Jaw Canucks a week from Thursday. And then the next league games after that will be in Williston. Well, Jamestown has taken the field, and they have Jackson Colpin on the mound. That's the S&P Health Ave Maria pregame show. We are just about ready for the first pitch of Legion Baseball. It's Jamestown and Mandan coming just up for you here on Jamestown 107.1.
The Frontier Fort invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s fort. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
San Joseph referred to players that were given a little bit of a rest. Jackson Colpin was one of those. He was one of those who did not play in that Summer Classic in Valley City last weekend. He's making his first start for the Eagles this season. He went 4-4. He was the leading winner for the Blue Jays. And he'll face this Pit Stop Express Lube Mandan Chief starting lineup. Hudson Sheldon, the shortstop, leads off. Dylan Gerke is the DH in batting second. Jack Took is the second baseman. He hits third. Aiden Bogner, the cleanup hitter, and the third baseman. In right field, Marcus Birdhorse batting fifth. Troy Gerhardt is the center fielder, and he hits sixth. It's Ryan Bitts at first base batting seventh. The catcher is Jensen Scholes, and he hits eighth. And Peyton Coppy in left field batting ninth. The defense around Jackson Colpin for the Eagles. Bennett Gaynor at first, Ethan Otley at second. The shortstop Thomas Newman and Brenner Weber at third. Cale Berkey in left, Braxton Perkins in center, and Edison Walters is in right, with Cody Bush behind the plate. Left-handed hitting shortstop, and what an athlete this young man is. Hudson Sheldon leads off as this doubleheader begins. It's, again, game one for you here on 107.1. The first pitch misses inside for a ball, and the first pitch of today's game is brought to you by R.M. Stout. And the next one is lined fair down the right field line, but bringing it back in quickly. Good play by Edison Walters. Because no doubt Hudson Sheldon was thinking about two, but he's held to a single. But Mandan does have the leadoff runner on here in the top of the first inning. Chiefs come in with a record of 3-4. 6 for 16 now for Sheldon to start the play for the Chiefs. Here's the DH, Gerke, and he hits one a line drive into the right center field gap that's in between Perkins and Walters. Around to third as Shelton is steaming into second as Dylan Gerke with a double. So first ball hitting was Gerke. And there are back-to-back hits, the single by Sheldon, the double by Gerke, and it's second and third with nobody out in the Mandan first inning. And here comes their left-handed hitting second baseman, Jack Took. pretty good hitter, but off to a little bit of a slow start for the Chiefs, 2 for 15. He does have a run batted in, and he has a big chance here. Colpin's first pitch to him, swing and a miss, way in front of a good breaking ball. Colpin had a good ERA for the Blue Jays, but was victimized by a lot of unearned runs. Next delivery. This high, a ball and a strike. But again, as we mentioned with Sam Joseph, errorless baseball for the Eagles last night in those 2 wins over Castleton. They were glad to see because in their first 5 games, they've made 14 errors. 1-1 pitch to Took. Misses a little low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And Jackson Colpin would ideally like a strikeout here. Third baseman Brenner Weber even at third. Line drive down the right field line, and it's in for a hit. Sheldon has scored. Gerke comes in as the throw is cut off. A 2-run single by Jack Took. Mandan has 3 straight hits to start the first inning, and the Chiefs have a 2-0 lead over Jamestown. So a great start for the Chiefs, and their third baseman Aiden Bogner now at the bat. 4 for 15 for him to start his Chiefs season. 3 runs batted in. He fouls back the first pitch. So Mandan coming out aggressively hitting as they're looking for their first league win. They're 0-2. This is the Chiefs or the Eagles AA Legion opener. Ball misses high and inside, and the count's 1-1. Now Jackson Colpin would dearly love a double play ball. Ball and a strike. Bogner waits, takes one high again. Now it's 2-1. And Colpin has fallen behind 3 of the first 4 hitters. Of course, Gerke swung at the first pitch. Swing and a miss. In with his best fastball there was Colpin, and now the count is 2-2. You can't get a double play. Strikeout to be the next best thing. Lead off first by Took. And calling time at the plate is Aiden Bogner with another good hitter, Marcus Berghorst, taking his practice swings on deck. Mandan in the third base dugout. Jamestown on the first base side. 2-2 pitch from Colpin. Fouled out of play, back over our way. We're on the first base side, down the line. Jamestown mainly in white, but that deep navy blue on the sleeve and around the front with Jamestown in white letters in that. Otherwise, white uniforms with blue numerals and letters, the names above the numbers on the back. Line drive into left field. Back goes Verke. He's under this one and has it. And there's the first out. Hit hard again by Bogner, but Verke was there to take it. And Jamestown, at last they say, has the first out here in the top of the first inning. And Marcus Berghorst, the right fielder, comes up. 6 for 22. 273 to start the season for him for the Chiefs. A double, a triple, and 2 runs batted in. And he takes a strike at the letters. So Colpin gets ahead of the hitter. Now a double play can get him out of this inning. Next pitch. Low, bounces away. Back to the backstop. Took's down to second base as it's chased back by Cody Bush. So the wild pitch puts a runner in scoring position and evens the count at a ball and a strike. Runner on second, 2 in, 1 out, top of the first inning. Mandan leading 2-0 over Jamestown. We have game 1 for you here. Next pitch way high, and it's 2-1. This is our first of 5 broadcasts. We'll have a total of 8 Eagles games for you in the regular season, and then, of course, we'll be at the AA State Tournament. Low, a good block there by Bush, but now the count is 3-1 to Marcus Berghorst. We'll go over that schedule for you later of the games we'll have for you on Jamestown 107.1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Birdhorse. Colpin's next pitch is coming, and it's high, and it's ball 4. So now first and second, still only 1 down. And Colpin has thrown 18 pitches so far in this first inning. Only half for strikes, and assistant coach Jake Stillwell is going to go out to visit with Jackson. This mound visit brought to you by Hillerud Construction. Catcher Brenner Weber there too. And it has not been an easy start here for Colpin. Sheldon singled. Gerke doubled him over to third, and then Jack took with a single, brought them both in. Bogner hit the ball hard but flew out the left. Now the walk to Marcus Birdhorse, and center fielder Troy Gerhardt comes up. And what a start. He's off to 10 for 17. That's 588. And he already has 2 triples. He's driven in 3. He's already scored 6 runs. First and second, still only 1 out. Colpin looks back at second. First pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike. Baseball 101, man. You get ahead of hitters, you're in much better shape. Next one. Outside. Ball and a strike is the count now. And there'll be activity going early on in the Jamestown bullpen. 1-1. Here's the next. Swing and a miss. Big looping swing by Gerhardt on a pitch in the dirt. Now he's down on the count 1-2. Adam Sortland just got up to start warming up in the Eagle bullpen down the right field line. 1-2. Colpin's next is bounced to the left side. It is taken on the line by Weber. Throws across for the out. A good play by Brenner. Throwing on the run. Both runners advance. Now there are 2 down, but that was a good play by Weber. And that will bring up first baseman Ryan Bitts. And he's off to a great start at the plate. 8 for 14 with 6 runs batted in. And he takes a strike at the knees. So now some first pitch strikes for Colpin. That's 5 of them now. 0-1. Breaking ball. Right in there again. Strike 2. And Colpin has settled down as this inning's gone along. Now he's a strike away from getting out of this, having the Eagles only 2 runs down. The 0-2 pitch to Ryan Bitts is a little inside, 1-2. At the letters, but just missed inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Second and third with 2 down. 2 in for Mandan. Colpin's next delivery is a bouncer to the left side, charging Weber, and a short hop takes it, throws across and got him. 2 good plays in the opening inning by Brenner Weber, but a good start for Mandan. The Chiefs had 2 runs and 3 hits in the top of the first inning, and they left 2. So we're through 1/2 inning on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Jamestown Eagles will need to rally in their Double-A Legion opener, because after a half inning here in Jamestown 107.1, it is Mandan 2 and Jamestown coming to bat.
It's Twins baseball season, and at RM Stout Incorporated, we're hitting a grand slam of deals on new and used vehicles. Just like the Twins, we're dedicated to winning for you. From sleek sedans and SUVs to powerful trucks, find your perfect ride at RM Stout Inc. We've got the selection, the service, and the financing options you need. So root for the Twins and cruise on down to RM Stout today. Visit us in Jamestown. Call 701-252-2270 or browse online at stoutcars.com. RM Stout Incorporated, for the best value.
Well, just remind me to tell you again, first pitch of today's game brought to you by RM Stout. You just heard about all what they have. Jamestown Eagles send up this pit stop express loop batting order against starter Gage Miller. Thomas Newman, the shortstop, is the leadoff batter for Jamestown. Jackson Colpin pitching, and he's batting second. The first baseman is Bennett Gaynor, and he hits third. Brenner Weber, boy, two really good plays by Brenner defensively in the top of this inning. He's the cleanup hitter. Ethan Otley at second base bats fifth. Cale Verkey in left, he's sixth. And then it's Braxton Perkins in center, Edison Walters in right field, and the catcher Cody Bush to round out the Eagle batting order. Against Gage Miller, who has made one start, a no decision. It was one of the games against Dickinson. 3 innings, a run, unearned 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, and a walk. Defensively for him, Ryan Bitts is at first base. Jack Took at second. Shortstop is Hudson Sheldon, and Aiden Bogner is at third. Peyton Coppy in left, Troy Gerhardt in center, and Marcus Birdhorse is in right. Mandan, well, think of, I almost said Oakland. Think of the Athletics colors on their caps. Green with the gold letter. However, the uniforms are base gray. They're pretty sharp with the green numerals and gold trim. A little hard to read, but they are sharp uniforms. Thomas Newman, again, he has been given a little bit of rest lately. Just 1 for 7 to start his Eagles campaign, and he took a strike. He had .313 in the Blue Jays season. 2-0 Mandan, bottom half of the first inning at Jack Brown Stadium. Glad you're with us. Come on over. If you've nothing going, next pitch miss inside, 1-1. We'll only have one game on 107.1, but there are 2 here tonight. The first 2 AA League games for the Eagles, and they'll have to rally. The 1-1 is low. Now the count's 2-1. Also for Thomas, after he stole 30 bases in the Blue Jays season, he has 6 already for the Eagles. 5 of those came against Castleton last night. 2-1 delivery from Gage Miller is right in there for a strike, evens the count at 2-2. Second baseman Took playing fairly deep. First baseman Bitts as well. 2-2 is a line drive and over the glove of Took into right field for a base hit. That's why Took was playing him deep. He knows that Newman likes to hit the ball hard in that way. But he is on with his second hit of this Eagles season, and Jackson Colpin, the starting pitcher, will try to help himself. He's 2 for 7 to start the Eagle campaign with 3 runs batted in after hitting .367, or I should say .361 for the Blue Jays. He was Jamestown's leading hitter. And a strike is called. Newman and Colpin were the 2 Class A All-State selections from the Jays. Sam Joseph, of course, an assistant for Tim Random. And by the way, we haven't mentioned this on the air. Congratulations to Tim. Next pitch, low and inside, ball and a strike. Tim, of course, if you have not heard, recently was named as Blue Jay basketball boys head coach. He has, of course, been an assistant for the last couple of years, but he'll take over next season. Swinging a foul out of play on the first base side by Colpin makes the count a ball and 2 strikes from Gage Miller. 2-0 Mandan, but Jamestown has Newman on first with nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Look over by the lefty. And he fires now, and it is right down middle, strike 3. Snapped out to first, but diving back to the bag is Colpin. So Jackson is out on strikes, and Bennett Gaynor comes up. First baseman had a good year for the Jays. Really came through late last season for the Eagles. Here's a throw that gets a few feet away from Bitts at first, but he's able to scramble and run it down before Newman can head any place. Gaynor starting well for the Eagles, 5 of 11, a double and 3 runs batted in. And he's stolen a base. This team's already stolen 23 bases, so that's one thing that's remained consistent from how the Blue Jays ran this season. There goes Newman. Pitches low and away. The throw to second on a hop and way too late. And Thomas Newman has another stolen base. That is 7 now in the Eagles' 8th game after, as we mentioned, 30 this season for the Blue Jays. Now the first run for the Eagles in scoring position with 1 out. Ball 1 to Gaynor. Miller looks at second. Now he fires and in a hop, but stopped by the catcher Scholes. Now the count's 2-0. Bennett will look for one he likes here. Hit a home run during the West Region tournament for the Blue Jays. Next pitch is a pop-up right side. Took the second baseman is over. 3 conversion. Now it's the right fielder Birdhorse who runs in. He said he had it all the way, and he did, and that's out number 2. Now Birdhorse called off both bits and took and said, I got it, and he did. Now there's 2 down, and here comes third baseman Brenner Weber, the cleanup hitter. 8 for 21 to start. That's 381 with a double. 4 runs batted in. He's already drawn 5 walks. Eagles trying to not let a big chance get away from them here. 2-0 Mandan. Bottom of the first, runner on second, 2 down. Gage Miller's first pitch is coming, and it's a breaking ball. Well, that's a fastball, and that's in for a strike. Newman with a lead off second. Shortstop way over near the second base bag. That's Hudson Sheldon. About as close to the bag as he can be. This is as much as a shift as they let you play anymore. Strike 1 to Weber. Next one missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's like pro ball now. You've got to stay on your side of the infield, but Hudson Sheldon at short is taking it right to the limit. There's a gigantic hole if Weber can take it the other way, and he swings and misses. Now he's down on the count 1-2. Newman singled the lead off the inning, stole second, but he stays there with 2 down. Miller looks back at him. Ready for a 1-2 to Bennett Gaynor. Here comes and swung on and missed, and Weber's down on strikes. And 2 strikeouts in the opening inning brings Gage Miller and Mandan out of some trouble. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We are through an inning on the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard on Jamestown 107.1 and our premiere of 2025 Eagles baseball. And in game 1 of this doubleheader, it is Mandan with a 2-0 lead over the Eagles.
Are you looking for a rewarding job in a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smphealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smphhealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria.
Before you can start building a business, you have to have great builders. Hillerud Construction is a builder of high-quality commercial buildings, and they're hiring talented labor and carpenters to help them do just that. Vacation, paid holidays, 401k, and health insurance benefits for full-time employees, plus great pay depending on experience. Apply at 1008 2nd Avenue Southeast, Jamestown, or visit HillerudConstruction.com. Again, visit HillerudConstruction.com, and let's get building.
8-9-1 in the Mandan second. Jensen Scholes, Peyton Coppy, and Hudson Sheldon. 2-0 Mandan in front of Jamestown. Jackson Colpin has finished his warm-up tosses. Jensen Scholes is still looking for his first hit in the Chiefs season, 0 for 9, but he has driven in 3 runs. Walked 3 times, has been hit by a pitch. Some of those with the bases loaded, obviously. Colpin's first pitch in inning 2 is a strike at the knees. 25 first inning pitches for Jackson Colpin, just 14 for Gage Miller of Mandan. Strike one to Jensen Scholes. Breaking balls in there again. 0-2. To the Mandan receiver, who waits on the next from Colpin. And it's a little inside. 1-2 the count. We'll join Twins baseball not too long after this game gets done. Texas, the opponent at Target Field tonight. Next one in the dirt. 2-2. Simeon Woods Richardson has been recalled from the St. Paul Saints. He will start tonight for the Twins. Tyler Molly for the Rangers, who are just not putting things together this year. 2-2 to Scholes. Here it comes. High and tight. Fills the count at 3-2. Jack Took had a 2-run single in the top of the first for Mandan. That's the difference in this game right now in game one of this doubleheader. Payoff pitch inside, and that's ball 4. So Schultz is on with a leadoff walk, and the ninth hitter in the Mandan order is their left fielder, Peyton Coppy, and not bad for a ninth place hitter. 5 for 11 to start, 455, a double. He's driven in 3. He scored 4. Left-handed batter, a few of these in this Mandan order. He's showing bunt. So Weber creeps in, throw to first, and diving back in is Scholes. You say, hey, he's the catcher. He's stolen one base. Bunting and running is the idea here. Next, first pitch to Coppy, misses outside, ball 1. See if he shows bunt again. Yeah, he does. Weber comes in. Pitch is low, but stopped by Cody Bush. But now it's 2-0 to Peyton Coppy. And let's see if Jake Kincaid still has the bunt on here, Mandan's head coach. Nope, not here. He's swinging away, and he takes a strike, and it's 2-1. Figured they might take the bunt off with a 2-0 count. Leadoff man on for Mandan for the second inning in a row. 2-1. Colpin's next is a line drive into center. That's in for a base hit. Schultz stops at second. And the first two are on for the second inning in a row for Mandan. This time at first and second. Back to the top of the order in Hudson Sheldon, who singled to start this game and eventually scored. So Jackson Colpin putting himself in a little bit more hot water. Pitched his way out of what could have been a really messy first inning, allowing only 2. Sheldon waits, takes, high, ball 1. And only half of Jackson Colpin's 36 pitches so far have been for strikes. Runners with their leads. A pop-up right side. Back is the second baseman, Ethan Otley, in short right. Under it and reaches out to make what turned out to be a difficult catch for the first out. Yeah, the infield fly was not called there. That ball was in shallow right field, and that was far from an easy play. But it is the first out of the inning, and Dylan Gerke comes up. Gerke doubled and eventually scored in the first inning for Mandan, who leads 2-0. First and second, 1 out, foul tip at the plate. That was Otley's ball all the way, but he had to reach to his left toward the center field side to make a difficult catch. 0-1 to Gerke. Runners with their leads, first and second. Next pitch. Missed a little outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jensen Scholes on second and Peyton Coppy on first. Colpin looks at second. Jackson now fires. Low and in. Now it's 2-1. There have been 7 first pitch strikes in 11 batters, but Kolpin finds himself behind another hitter and a good one. 2-1 to Gerke. The left-handed hitter waits. There go to runners, and the pitch is bounced to the right side, and a handcuff. Gainer at first, rolling down the right field line, all the way in to score is Scholes, and over to third base is Peyton Coppy. Gerke is on the air. It was a ball that really handcuffed Gainer, but he was in front of it. But the run comes across and makes the Mandan lead now 4-0. Schultz in and Coppy all the way to third base. Now that brings up Jack Took, who singled in the first 2 Mandan runs in the first inning. First pitch swung on and missed. Took was looking fastball there, and instead he got a yacker, strike 1. Three nothing for Mandan as the next pitch is a little inside. Ball and a strike. Here's the next. Bounce it to the right side. Second baseman Otley only plays to first. He's out, but another run is in as Coppy's in to score. That's the only play he had. Gerke's on to second base. So another run is in to make the Mandan lead 4-0. There are now 2 down. And on second base now is Dylan Gerke. And Aiden Bogner, the third baseman, comes up. Hit it hard, but the left fielder Verkian out his first time. First delivery. Low and away. So Jackson Kolpin has not been able to escape a couple of messes in the first 2 innings. Next pitch way inside and nearly hit him. Now it's 2-0 to Bogner. Both runs so far in this inning unearned, and any others that might score that belong to Kolpin. The next. Breaking balls inside for a strike. Now it's 2-1. So 2 in each of the first 2 innings for Mandan. 2-1. Look at second. That's where Gerke is. Next pitch. Way inside. That nearly hit him again. Now the count's 3-1. Marcus Birdhorse waits on deck. He'd love to bat again in this inning. 2 down, 2 in, runner on second. 3-1 to Bogner. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball in for a strike, and now the count's 3-2. So Gerke will be taking off with this pitch. 3-2, 2 down. Look at second, on the way it comes, and it is fouled back to the backstop. Bogner stays up there, but that pitch count keeps climbing for Jackson Kolpin. It's now up to 50. With 2 out in the top of the second. Another payoff pitch coming to Aiden Bogner. And it is grounded to the left side to short. That's taken by Thomas Newman. Throws a little wide, but Gainer keeps his foot in the bag. And down goes Bogner. But 2 more for Mandan. 2 unearned runs. Just 1 hit. Costly error and 1 left. Through 2.5 innings now. Here on Jamestown 107.1 on the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard. Mandan has now opened up a 4-0 lead over Jamestown.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring, and this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center. Physical medicine with personal connection. Now Gage Miller has a 4-run lead to work with for Mandan. Bottom of the second inning, leading the Jamestown Eagles, who send up 5, 6, and 7 in their order, starting with Ethan Otley, the second baseman, followed by Cale Verkey and Braxton Perkins. 2 for 10 for Ethan to start his Eagles season with a couple of runs batted in. The first pitch for Miller's in for a strike. Four runs, 4 hits, no errors for Mandan. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, Jamestown. Fly ball down the right field line in foul territory. Long run, first baseman Bitts with a dive. Couldn't quite reach it. Wonderful effort by Ryan, but couldn't quite make it. And down on the count now is Ethan Otley at 0-2. Bitts ran a long way. He's playing usual deep first base position, but he ran about 45 feet down the line and nearly came up with it. No balls, 2 strikes to Otley, the left-hander Gage Miller. Set of the belt, now he fires. And not able to stop his swing is Otley, and he's down on strikes. They appealed, and yeah, it sure looked like he went around, and the umpire said yes, he did. And there's 1 out in the Jamestown second with a 4-0 Mandan lead. That's 3 strikeouts now for Gage Miller. And Cale Verkey, the left fielder, is at the bat. For Cale, 3 for 19 to start the Eagle season. He has drawn 5 walks and scored 8 runs, though. He had some stretches of good hitting during the Blue Jay campaign. Foul out of play on the first base side. Bitts is chasing after it again, but it's in the seats. And still bounding around down there. Strike 1. Remember, you can watch this game. We have the link at newsdakota.com, brought to you by Johnny B's Brick House. Ball was low. And by the way, I have been ably assisted today by Mr. Jackson Miller. Thank you, Jackson. Home for the summer from Bismarck State College. Inside 2-1. Says he likes Bismarck because it's a little bigger than Jamestown, but not as big as Fargo. That makes sense. 2-1 pitch is low, and it's 3-1. McKenna's big brother. McKenna, part of that Blue Jay softball team this season. Congratulations to Avery Graves for being named All-State from that team. 3-1 to Verkey. Next from Gage Miller is inside all the way back to the backstop. Ball 4 and another walk drawn by Cale Verkey. So that's 6 for him now. And the Eagles have a 1-out base runner here in the last of the second inning with a 4-0 Mandan lead. Now center fielder Braxton Perkins, who had the 2 big hits in Game 1 against Castleton last night, including one that was the eventual winner. He's 4 for 10. But he's now driven in 5 runs. He also has a double. First pitch from Miller. Swing and a foul. Had a good hack at that, but it's back to the screen. Strike 1. Perkins had his share of big hits, too, during the Blue Jays season. Strike 1 to Miller. Verkey being held on at first by Ryan Bitts. Look over there by Miller. And he fires. And misses inside snap through it. A first, just back in time is Verkey. It's 1-1, but that was a strong throw from Jensen Scholes behind the plate. And nearly caught Verkey leaning too far the wrong way. 1-1 to Perkins. Miller looks at first. Looks again. fires now as the runner goes. It's low. Hit first dive by Verke. Throws way too late. Another stolen base. That's 5 now for Kale. Newman stole his 7th earlier. The Eagles already have 25 steals. Runner in scoring position with 1 down. It's 2-1 to Perkins. Gage Miller looks back at second, and the next is coming. Bouncer to the left side. Big hop taken by Sheldon. Throws to first. A little wide, but Bitts is able to take it in. Stay in the bag. He's out. Over to third is Kale Verke, and now there are 2 down. And that'll bring up Edison Walters, the right fielder. Edison won game 1 on the mound against Castleton here yesterday. At the plate, 3 for 11. He's already driven in 5 runs. He has a double. First pitch to Ed, he swung on and missed, and he had a big cut. As Miller shows a good fastball again, it's strike 1. Sam Joseph in the third base coaching box. Next pitch, fouled out of play, strike 2. And Sam Joseph is personable, of course, but also personable Jake Stillwell in the first base coaching box for the Eagles. Well, now it's strike 2 to Edison Walters. With a runner on third and 2 down. And a swing and a miss by Edison. He strikes out. And again, the Eagles leave a runner in scoring position. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a stolen base, but nobody left. 2 innings are done on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard here in Jamestown 107.1. Game 1 of this Double-A opening doubleheader for the Jamestown Eagles. They trail the Mandan Chiefs at Jack Brown Stadium by a score of 4-0.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at TRAC. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out TRACJamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today. Third inning at Jack Brown Stadium. Mandan up 4-0, and Jackson Colpin looking for a better start than he's had in the first 2 innings. The first 2 reached in the first, both scored. The first 2 reached in the second for Mandan, and both scored. And the Chiefs send up Marcus Birdhorst, Troy Gerhardt, Ryan Bitts, and if anybody reaches Jensen Scholes here in the top of the 3rd inning. Birdhorst walked in the first inning and fouls the first one out of play here from Colpin in the 3rd inning, strike 1. David Burrow, glad you're with us. Remember, again, watch this game. Johnny B's Brickhouse brings it to you. Find the link at newsdakota.com or, as the next pitch is low, just go to the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube channel, and you'll find it. On a strike to Birdhorst. Here's Colpin's next. Low again, 2-1. Now already 54 pitches for Jackson Colpin. We told you that earlier Adam Sortland was warming up. Next one's in there for a strike. Now it's 2-2. Birdhorst waits. Colpin sets and fires. And a ground ball, big hop for Otley, throws the first, but it pulled Gaynor off the bag. Took a high hop on Ethan, and the throw pulled Bennett Gaynor off the bag. Birdhorse would have been out. So that's 2 errors in this game on the Eagles after they didn't commit any last night. Here's Troy Gerhardt, the center fielder. Bounced to third in the first inning. So again, the leadoff man's on for Mandan for the third inning in a row. First ball hitting is Gerhardt into left field, but right at Verkey. Kale has it, and scampering back to first is Gerhardt. And there's 1 out in the Mandan third with a 4-0 Chiefs lead over the Jamestown Eagles. Now it's first baseman Ryan Bitts, who ended the first inning when he bounced out to the third baseman Weber. Lead off first by Birdhorse. Colpin's first pitch is foul, first base side and out of play. To Minot to play the Vistas for this Eagle team for the second AA League doubleheader Thursday before their big trip to Canada. They'll be on their way to Canada because they play Friday night in Lethbridge. All on away to Bitts 1-1. Birdhorse leads again. Colpin, as the runner goes, slapped in the left side, base hit where the big hole was. Birdhorse just able to make it the second as Verkey brings it right back in, but good hitting there by Bitts to take it through the big hole on the left side. And now it's first and second with 1 down, and catcher Jensen Scholes set to bat for Mandan. He led off the second with a walk and later scored. Colpin's walked 2. He's still looking for his first strikeout. Birdhorse on second and Bitts on first. Colpin in another tough spot here in the third inning. First pitch to Scholes. Breaking ball, strike on the inside corner. It has not been easy for Jackson Colpin so far. He's been able to limit the damage to some extent, but it is 4-0 Mandan, top of the third. Next pitch. Breaking ball's low. 1-1 to Jensen Scholes. That was Mandan's 5th hit. They've out-hit the Eagles 5-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schultz waits. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Like another good slider. Now the count's 1-2 to Jensen Scholes. Second baseman Otley right in the bag, trying to hold Birdhorse close. Now back in the regular position and swing on and miss. Down goes Scholes for the first strikeout for Colpin. And he needed it, out number 2. And left fielder Peyton Coppy, the left-handed hitter, comes up. He singled and scored in the second inning. So 1 more mile to go here still for Jackson Colpin. First and second now with 2 outs. Look at second by Colpin. Another look. The right-hander deals. And a ground ball to the right side. Otley, the second baseman, takes it, throws a little wide, but Gaynor's able to stay in the bag this time. And the side is retired. So 2 of the first 3 reach for Mandan, but they're held off the board. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left, and now 5 runners stranded for Mandan. To the bottom of the third on Jamestown 107.1 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Mandan still leads Jamestown by a score of 4-0.
Seems like spring is more than just around the corner. It could stay any day now. So get ready with a Jamestown Country Club membership. Our 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit jamestowncountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play this spring at the Jamestown Country Club.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Original!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmy apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Cody Bush will lead off the bottom of the third for the Jamestown Eagles, who are trailing Mandan in this Double-A Legion opener for 2025 for them, 4-0. Bush will be followed by Thomas Newman and Jackson Colpin. Cody has started well, 5 out of 17, that's .294. But he's already driven in 7 runs, a double, and he has the only home run that the Eagles have hit so far in 7 games. Bush catching in this game, also can play the outfield, so pretty versatile player for San Joseph's team. A reminder again, you can watch this game. The link to it is at newsdakota.com, brought to you by our pals with that incredible pizza, Johnny B's Brick House. Gage Miller, who has given up a hit and struck out 4 in the first 2 innings, with the first one to Bush, and it's right down the pike for a strike. Right down First Avenue South at faster than 15 miles an hour. Here is a line drive, but right at the second baseman took, and Jack takes it for the first down. So 1 down in the Jamestown third. Back to the top of the order, Thomas Newman. Watch that speed, folks, where they're going to build that roundabout. Pretty good place for a roundabout, don't you think? Thomas Newman stole second in the first inning, but was stranded at second base. Gage Miller's first pitch to him here is a strike. And that's 9 first pitch strikes and 10 batters for Gage Miller. Need I say it again? 0-1, low. I will anyway. You get ahead of hitters, you really improve your chances. 1 ball, 1 strike to Newman, especially a good hitter like this. Miller with a hold. Now the lefty fires, and a bouncer on 1 hop to the third baseman. That's Aiden Bogner. Throw across, 2 up and 2 down in the Jamestown third. Now Jackson Colpin, the Eagle pitcher, who was caught looking at strike 3 in the first inning. By the way, it's Jim Roldson this time in the first base coaching box in this inning. He and Jake must be alternating. Jake Stillwell. First pitch inside, ball 1. Tell you in a little bit as we move along about the other broadcast we'll have for you. Again, a total of 5 broadcasts, but a total of 8 regular season games on our air. Ball 2 is low. 1 more broadcast later this month, and then 3 in the month of July. But, of course, we will be in Williston for the Double-A Legion State Tournament. That begins on the 28th of July with the 7 versus 10 and 8 versus 9 games. 2-0 to Colpin. Miller's next. Low, ball 3. And Artie Noffett Stadium, which would have hosted the Class A NDHSAA State Tournament, except for all the rain that happened, but folks at Williston State College were excellent hosts. Here's the 3-0. It's in there for a strike, and the count's 3-1. And a gainer would be next. There are 2 down, nobody on. 4-0 Mandan leading Jamestown. Eagles bat in the third. Next pitch. That's a strike at the knees. So Colpin thought it was low, but the umpire said otherwise, and now the count's full to Jackson. Miller looking for his 5th strikeout and for his first 1-2-3 inning. The payoff pitch is a little outside, not by much, but it's ball 4. So there's the second walk that Miller has allowed. So a 2-out base runner for the Eagles in Colpin. And Bennett Gaynor now bats for Jamestown. A fly ball to short right in the first inning. That was that play where Marcus Birdhorse came in a long way to make the catch. Gage Miller's first delivery here is in for a strike. Got to wait in this umpire a little bit. He likes a little bit of the dramatics on those called strikes. Raises up out of his crouch, then lifts the right arm. 0-1 to Gaynor. Stepping right back in. Blue sanitary socks, of course, for the Eagles. Gaynor does show them, like all good players should. Lob throw over to first. What am I, the fashion police? I just like when players show the sanitary socks. Colpin does not. Jim Roldson does not. Sam Joseph does. Nope, Jake Stillwell in the third base coaching box. He does. Another throw over to first. I don't get picky about very many things, but you got to show those sanitary socks, don't you? It's been part of the uniform since 1871. Gaynor still waits on an 0-1. Here it comes to him. And the pitch is inside as the runner goes. The throw's too late. There's another stolen base for Jamestown. Pitch was a strike, by the way, and it's 0-2 to Gaynor. But Jackson Colpin has this stolen base. And that's his first. And that's 3 in the game now for the Eagles. But now the count's 0-2 to Gaynor. And now strike 3 is called on the outside corner. And just like that, this inning comes to an end. So in the Jamestown second inning, no runs, no hits, a walk, but 1 left. On the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard here on Jamestown 107.1, 3 innings are done in game 1 of this doubleheader, with Mandan continuing to lead Jamestown by a score of 4-0.
This is the sound of a good old-fashioned garage. It's called Pit Stop Express Lube and More in downtown Jamestown at 117 4th Street Northwest. Mike is reminding you to have them look at your tires, shocks, brakes, and wipers before you take the family on vacation this summer. They believe in making sure their customers' vehicles are perfectly maintained for safety. No appointment necessary for oil changes. Pit Stop Express Lube and More. Call 952-7867.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Hudson Sheldon starts it off as Mandan starts their third time through the order here in the 4th inning. A 4-0 Mandan lead over Jamestown at Jack Brown Stadium. Game 1 of this doubleheader and the opener of AA Legion play for the Eagles. And the first pitch is low for a ball. To Sheldon, who singled and scored in the first, popped out in the second. Colpin's next delivery is in for a strike. 1-1. Pitch number 67 for Colpin. He's had to work a lot in the first 3. Next one, swing and a miss. Big looping swing by Sheldon has him down on the count 1-2, and a pitch that was in the dirt that Cody Bush dropped. 1-2, Colpin on the way again, and another pitch swung out of the dirt by Sheldon, swung and missed. He's tagged out by Cody Bush, and for the first time in 4 innings, the leadoff man is retired by Colpin. 1 down for Dylan Gerke. He doubled and scored in the first inning, reached on an error in the second inning. 4-0 Mandan in the top of the fourth. Colpin's first pitch to Gerke. Line drive, right field. Back on it goes Walters and makes the catch in the warning track. A ball hit very hard. First ball hitting by Gerke. But Andy Walters was able to read that off the bat. Made his way back. He was on the edge of the warning track when he made the catch. So it's 2 up and 2 down for Jack Took. And he's already driven in 3 runs in this game. Had the 2-run single in the first. And then the RBI ground out in the second inning. And he takes ball 1 outside. So 4 runs batted in now for Took early in this Chiefs season. Next one is a little outside ball 2. Aiden Bogner would be next. 4-0 Mandan as the Chiefs with the lead, batting the top of the 4th inning. Next one bounces in. Well, 3-0 now to Jack Took after Colpin had retired Sheldon and Gerke in only 5 pitches. 3-0 to Took, and that one missed high, and it's a 4-pitch walk. So Aiden Bogner will bat. 0 for 2. He did hit it hard in the first inning, but right at Verke. Then he grounded out to short in the second. So Mandan with at least a little traffic for the 4th inning in a row. First pitch is low and off the glove of Bush and back to the backstop. Bogner's on to second base. So Mandan with a runner in scoring position now with 2 down. Trying to add to a 4-run lead in the 4th inning. Long hold here by Colpin, and a look back to second. Now Jackson fires. And a little looper going the other way down the right field lines, in for a hit. Took around third. He is into score as the throw's too late. Walters did bring it in. The throw a little bit up the first base line. Bogner drives in a run with a single. And the Mandan lead is now at 5-0. He went to second on the throw. And now it is Marcus Birdhorse, another tough hitter with which Colpin has to deal. So the Mandan lead is now at 5. Marcus has walked and reached on an error in this game. First pitch. Fly ball center field, should be playable here for Braxton Perkins. Back a couple of steps, has it to retire the side. But a 2-out rally brings in another run for Mandan. They had a run in the 4th inning and 1 hit, the single by Bogner. No errors and a runner left, but that run is unearned because of the pass ball. To the bottom of the 4th inning, now on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard here on Jamestown 107.1, the Eagles' hole is just a little bit deeper. They now trail Mandan 5-0.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Jamestown 107.1.
Still time for Jamestown, but they find themselves, the Eagles do, down 5-0 to Mandan in this Double-A Legion opener at Jack Brown Stadium. I'm David Burrell. Jackson Miller helping us out video-wise. Remember, you can watch this game. We have a link to it at newsdakota.com. The video, live and archive, brought to you by Johnny D's Brickhouse. Middle three in the Eagle order in the last of the fourth. Brenner Weber, Ethan Otley, and Cale Verke against Gage Miller, who's been good so far. 5 strikeouts, only 1 hit allowed in 3 innings. Weber was one of those strikeout victims in the first inning, and the left-handed hitter fouls it back to the screen. Twins just a few minutes away from getting going against Texas at Target Field. We'll take you there not long after this game finishes here on Jamestown 107.1. There is a doubleheader here. We have game 1 on the air, but plenty of baseball for you to see, so come on over. It is a little warm, but really pretty pleasant outside earlier in this evening. Next one's in for a strike, and now it's 0-2 to Brenner Weber. Now 8 for 22 to begin the Eagles season. The 8th game for Jamestown. 0-2 from Miller. Bounces back to the backstop, 1-2. Our next broadcast will be 2 weeks from today, when the Bismarck Governors will be here. 5:15 that day. We have Twins action that night, so we'll have game 1 of that doubleheader for you. And as we say, our other broadcast will come in the month of July. 1-2 in for strike 3, and Weber strikes out for the second time. And that's 6 strikeouts now for Gage Miller. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th for Jamestown, who sends up Ethan Otley. He struck out swinging to start the second inning. Our other 3 broadcasts will come in the span of a week in the month of July. First pitch to Otley, misses, ball 1. On July 10th here at Jack Brown Stadium, doubleheader with the Grand Forks Royals, 5:15 airtime. Next one a little low, 2-0. And then the Monday and Wednesday of the next week, the Eagles will make 2 trips in 3 days to the greater Fargo area. The 2-0 pitch is a strike in to Otley, who couldn't hold up his swing, 2-1. Monday, July 14th, the West Fargo Patriots at Young Field. Fly ball into right field. Back on it. Keep having to going back as Birdhorse and reaches up to make the catch. Marcus was playing a little shallow. That ball kept carrying, and Marcus almost didn't make it back to it. He did, however, and now they're 2 up and 2 down in the Jamestown 4th, and Cale Verke at bat. That ball hit pretty hard by Otley. Verke walked and stole a base, but was stranded at third in the second inning. Gage Miller, so far, cruising. He and Mandan are up 5-0 over Jamestown. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Verke. So 2 days after we're in West Fargo, we'll be in Fargo. Jack Williams Stadium, Fargo Post 2, 5:15. That is Wednesday, July 16th. Next pitch. A little high. And then, of course, we'll cover the Eagles in the Double-A Legion State Tournament in Williston. Starting the final Monday, well, the Eagles hope Tuesday in July. As we say, Monday, the 28th of July, that's the day for the 7 versus 10 and 8 versus 9 games. 1-1. Strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Miller hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning yet. He's a strike away from achieving that here in the last of the 4th. The left-hander with the set, now the pitch. High and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A look in by Miller. And the next one is off his fist and right back to Gage Miller. An underhand blip to first. He's out, and Gage Miller does indeed have his first 1-2-3 inning. So now 4 innings are complete on the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard here in Jamestown 107.1. And the Eagles They've had a rough go so far. It's Mandan on top by a score of 5-0.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage and auto loans, to business banking services. At Unison Bank, we offer financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Located in Jamestown, Linton, and Wishing, as well as Gilbert, Arizona. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Jamestown 107.1.
Jackson Colpin back out there for the fifth inning for the Jamestown Eagles, who have managed only one hit in 4 innings off left-handed Chief starter Gage Miller. 5-0 meanwhile Mandan with 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and another in the fourth. Jack Took had a 2-run single in the first inning. 1 run in the second scored on an error, the other on an RBI groundout by Took, and then the 2-out RBI single by Aiden Bogner in the Mandan fourth. Troy Gerhardt, the Chiefs center fielder, leads off in the 5th inning. He's 0 for 2, and he swings at the first pitch. 1 big hop for shortstop Thomas Newman into the grass. Sidearm throw, got him at first. 1 up, 1 down in the Mandan 5th. And Ryan Bitts, the first baseman for the Chiefs, bats. Ground out in the first. He singled in the 3rd inning. 5-6-0 Mandan, 0-1-2 Jamestown. Another game to follow here at Jack Brown Stadium. Game 1 is on 107.1. Swing and a foul tip. And remember, watch it too. We have the link at newsdakota.com. It's brought to you by Johnny B's Brickhouse. And the Twins just about to get going against Texas at Target Field. We'll join that game right not long after we get done here. We'll keep you updated in the meantime. 0-1. Running up the bunt and missing it is Bitts, and it's 0-2. That looked like a softball play where Bitts ran out to the very edge of the batter's box and tried to drag bunt, but he missed it, and he's down on the count, strike 2. Next from Colpin is a fly ball into left field. Verke back about 4 steps. Kale under it, has it. 2 up and 2 down in the Mandan 5th. With a 5-0 Mandan lead. And Jensen Scholes, the catcher, comes up. Walker run scored and a strikeout for Scholes. Colpin retired the first 2 in the 4th, but a walk started the trouble in that inning. Three walks by Colpin, 2 have scored. First ball hitting is Jensen, pop up right side. Second baseman Otley in near the grass. Ethan has it, and Jackson Colpin has his first 1-2-3 inning. On the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard, now to the last of the 5th inning at Jack Brown Stadium here in Jamestown, 107.1. It remains Mandan 5, Jamestown nothing.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Jamestown 107.1.
Can the Eagles get their offense started here in the last of the fifth? Braxton Perkins, Edison Walters, and Cody Bush, the bottom three of the order against Gage Miller, who's just been great. In 4 innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's needed 56 pitches to make his way through those first 4 innings. Perkins will lead off in the bottom of the 5th inning for Jamestown. He grounded out in the 2nd. Again, a doubleheader here, so if you want to come on over, see some baseball, there's still plenty to see. We'll have Game 1 for you here on Jamestown 107.1, and then take you to Target Field where the Twins are just underway against the Texas Rangers with Simeon Woods Richardson back up from St. Paul to start for the Twins tonight. Gage Miller has completed his warm-up tosses, and Perkins ready to step in. Eagles have had the leadoff man on only once. That was when Newman singled to start the bottom of the 1st inning. He did steal a base, another one. He has 7 now and 6 in the last 2 nights. The Eagles have stolen 3 more bases in this game. They need base runners here. First pitch to Perkins, misses low. Plenty of other action going on in Double-A Legion baseball tonight. 3 other doubleheaders. Next pitch misses inside and high, and it's 2-0. Already 4-0 in the week. Dickinson, the Rough Riders, are in Fargo to meet Post 2. Grand Forks also in Fargo to play Post 400. And Minot is in Bismarck. It's the Vistas and the Governors. Breaking ball's in for a strike. 2-1 now to Perkins. Eagles go to Minot, to Corbett Field on Thursday to play the Vistas in an afternoon doubleheader, and then it's on to the Great White North. Swing and a miss. 2-2 to Perkins. Well, it's not white up there now. It's nice and green. Snow's gone from there, too. Unfortunately, they're having the wildfires in Alberta, and some of the smoke is down our way again, so please be careful if you have respiratory issues. Next pitch bounces in, and it's full to Braxton Perkins. That's the only drawback of this day with the sun out, that unfortunately the smoke is back. Full count to Perkins. Jamestown down 5-0. He tries to get something started for the Eagles in the bottom of the 5th. Gage Miller steps off the rubber. Now he's right back on. Signs recycled from Jensen Scholes. Now the set and the payoff pitch is low and away, ball 4. 3rd walk issued by Miller, and Perkins, the leadoff man, is on in the Jamestown 5th, and Edison Walters comes up. Walters struck out swinging in the 2nd, could not quite stop his swing on a good breaking ball by Miller. Even, again, you know how this team will run. Let's see if he's on the move even with a 5-run deficit. Not this time. First pitch is low. They've had base runners now, the Eagles, in 4 of the first 5 innings. Next one. Low and away, ball 2. Miller had his first 1-2-3 inning last inning. By the way, in the top of this inning, for his first 1-2-3 inning, Jackson Colpin needed only 5 pitches. There were 2 first ball swings. 2-0 to Edison Walters. Miller with a cursory look at first. Now he fires. And a foul tip at the plate. 2-1. Revolving coaches. Well, it's Sam Joseph back in the third base coaching box this time, and Luke Stillwell at first. 2-1. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the mitt of Scholes, and it was 2-0 to Eddie Walters. Now it's 2-2 with Cody Bush waiting on deck. Perkins on first, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. Jamestown batting, trailing Mandan 5-0 in the first of 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miller ready with the next as the runner goes, and a fly ball into short center. That's going to drop for a hit, and on his way to third is Perkins. Off with a pitch, throw to third, got him. Great throw in by Gerhardt, the center fielder. Well, Jamestown just trying to get something started, and they aggressive baseball, and you can't blame him for that. Sending Perkins with a 2-strike count, but he didn't get the best jump there, and Gerhardt able to throw him out. And now there's one away in the Mandan fifth, and Jake Kincaid will come out to visit with Gage Miller. The mound visit brought to you by Hillerud Construction. 67 pitches here for Miller, and that'll give Sam Joseph a chance to come over to the Eagle dugout. All the infielders from Mandan and catcher Jensen Scholes now in on this meeting with Gage Miller. We've got some help from some outfield defense there. That's going to be the last pitch he throws. So it's a pitching change here for Mandan. Bottom half of the fifth inning. Mandan leading Jamestown 5-0. And there's more on the way from Jack Brown Stadium here on Jamestown 107.1.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Get ready for your child's next sports season with the comprehensive Well Child Visit or Sports Physical at Essentia Health. Our team ensures your child is fit and ready to perform at their best by updating immunizations, discussing mental health concerns, and answering questions about nutrition and safety. Schedule now at essentiahealth.org for a convenient appointment that fits your schedule. And stay ahead of the game.
The Frontier Fort invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s fort. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Fort on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
Jamestown 107.1.
Right-hander Ty Weiler has entered the game for Mandan. He's made one start. He lost it. 5 runs, 4 hits, and 2 2/3 innings. Only 1 earned run. Struck out 1, and he walked 2 and threw a couple of wild pitches and committed a balk in that game. Gage Miller with a good outing. He can only win it. 4 1/3 scoreless. 67 pitches, 39 strikes, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. Walters, the runner on first, is on his ledger, but Ty Weiler is asked to pick up these last 8 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning, 5-0 Jamestown. Cody Bush, the catcher, comes up. Hit it on the button, but right at second baseman took his first time. That was in the 3rd inning. Ty Weiler's first pitch of this evening is a breaking ball in for a strike, snap, throw, but diving back to the bag is Walters. And the throw down the right field line, but backed up well by Marcus Birdhorst, the right fielder, to prevent Walters from advancing. Strike 1 to Bush. And you don't want to take any more chances on the bases. They've already lost a runner on the bases, the Eagles have in this inning. Down 5-0 to Mandan. Weiler throws to first, and a throw that was a little wide, but Bitts had to come off the bag and make a good catch, and that saved an error and a runner advancement. Twins batting, by the way, in the bottom of the first. Texas didn't score in the top half at Target Field. We'll take you there not long after this game ends. 0-1. Low, but a backhand stop by Scholes. Now the count's 1-1 to Cody Bush. Runner on first, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Jamestown trying to dig out of a 5-0 hole to Mandan. The pitch hits Bush right between the 1 and the 5 in the back. So now Jamestown, for the first time in this game, has 2 runners on base safely at the same time. Back to the top of the order, and Thomas Newman. Single, stole a base, was stranded in the first, grounded out in the third. So here could be a big chance for Jamestown, and they need a lot. Down 5-0 in the bottom of the 5th to Mandan. Ty Weiler on in relief of Gage Miller. Newman giving Bush a little bit to regain himself. He looks all right, hands on hips as he starts to take his lead off first. Walters is on second. Weiler's first pitch to Newman is in for a strike. Thomas now 2 for 9 for the Eagles. Strike 1 count. Weiler looks at second. The right-hander fires. Bounced 4 feet in front of the plate and back behind near the backstop, and that allows both runners to advance. Walters the third and Bush to second. Now the count's 1-1 to Newman, and now he bats with 2 in scoring position and 1 out. That pitch well in front of the plate. Jamestown trying to break on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Down 5-0 to Mandan, and now second and third with 1 out. Thomas Newman waits on a 1-1. Walters off third and Bush off second. Wind whips through Weiler's left sleeve, and now he fires. And it is inside. Now it's 2-1. Good leads by both runners. Mandan up 5 runs, not terribly worried about it unless Newman delivers here. And in the next pitch low, now it's 3-1. You don't want to walk him either. If you're Mandan, with a pretty fair hitter in Jackson Colpin on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike. Weiler with the next. It bounces in. It's ball 4, and they're loaded. So there's the second walk of the inning, the first by Weiler. Here comes Colpin with the bases loaded, and there is 1 out. So from Mandan's point of view, a double play still gets him out of the inning. Now Jensen Scholes, the catcher, out to the mound. The visit brought to you by Hillerud Construction. With a little pat for Ty Weiler to say, hey, we're all right still, but let's pitch carefully here. They know what a good hitter Colpin is. He has struck out and walked and stolen a base in this game. And he has a chance to put the Eagles right back into this game. 5-0 Mandan, but the bases are loaded for Jamestown with 1 out. Twins did not score in their half of the first at Target Field. Scoreless with Texas at the end of 1. We'll take you there not long after this game ends. First pitch to Colpin. In there for a strike. That mound meeting did a little good, at least for 1 pitch. Weiler with a hit by pitch and a walk, but now he's up strike 1 to Colpin. The 0-1 coming. And gets away from the catcher Scholes. In to score is Edison Walters, and the Blue Jays, or the Eagles, I should say, are on the board. Another wild pitch. Bush to third and Newman to second. Now the count's 1-1. To Colpin, and the Mandan lead over Jamestown is now 5-1. Conventional double play taken out of order here with 1 down. Bush off third and Newman off second. Weiler's next pitch. Bounces in again, and Scholes had to use his whole body to block it. And Ty Weiler has pitched with some jitteriness, is that a word, to start this outing. I don't think it is. I apologize to all my late English teachers. The 2-1 is a strike on the inside corner. Weiler needed that. Now it's 2-2 to Colpin, who still has a chance to put Jamestown right back in the thick of this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Weiler with the next. And a bouncer is at third, and coming up to tag Bush is Bogner. What a smart play by Aiden Bogner. It was a fair ball. Sam Joseph didn't think so. He's going to plead his case. But after the ball was called fair, a very smart play by the third baseman, Aiden Bogner, who reached out and tagged the lead runner, Bush. What a good play, and now there are 2 down. Newman had to stay on second base. Didn't want to take the chance. He thought that ball might be fouled, and San Joseph, I think, still thinks it was, but he won't get the call. Although Gaynor's up there. Wait a minute, maybe he did. Yes. Nope, Gaynor's at bat. Now there are 2 down. Boy, what a smart play by Bogner. Well, it's up to Gaynor now with a fly out and a strikeout. It's getting fairly late. 5th inning, 5-1 Mandan. Jamestown with 2 on and now 2 out. First pitch, swing and a foul. Big cut by Gaynor. It's back to the backstop, and it's strike 1. That could eventually be a game-saving play there by Mandan. Not to over-dramatize it, but Bogner knew that Bush was hesitating, wondering whether the ball was fair or foul. There goes the runner, Newman to third. Bounce to third, reaching out. Another good play by Bogner, and throws him out. Aiden Bogner with 2 superb defensive plays to help limit Jamestown to only 1 run. A run on 1 hit, 2 walks, a hit batter, but 2 left. At the end of 5 on Jamestown 107.1 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard, it's now Jamestown trailing Mandan by a score of 5-1.
It's Twins baseball season, and at RM Stout Incorporated, we're hitting a grand slam of deals on new and used vehicles. Just like the Twins, we're dedicated to winning for you. From sleek sedans and SUVs to powerful trucks, find your perfect ride at RM Stout Inc. We've got the selection, the service, and the financing options you need. So root for the Twins and cruise on down to RM Stout today. Visit us in Jamestown. Call 701-252-2270 or browse online at stoutcars.com. RM Stout Incorporated, for the best value.
Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smthealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smthealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smthealth.org/Ave Maria.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
Well, you just can't beat those 2 defensive plays that Aiden Bogner made at third base for Mandan in the last of the 5th that ended the Jamestown threat. First, the tag out of Bush as Colpin reached on the fielder's choice. And again, a play the Eagles disputed a little bit, thinking it might have been a foul ball, and then a fine stab on the ground ball to stop Gaynor. Now Peyton Coppy leads off in the 6th. First pitch line right back at Colpin off his glove, picks it up, throws to first for the out. Hit very hard, and Colpin all on reflexes knocked it down. 1 out in the Mandan 6th. Coppy is now 1 for 3. Now back to the top of the order, and Hudson Sheldon, who has a single and a run scored in 3 trips. Colpin's first pitch is way inside. Texas batting in the top of the second inning at Target Field. Scoreless for the Twins. We'll take you there not long after this game ends on Jamestown 107.1. Next pitch missing high here to Sheldon. And 2-0 to this superb athlete. Had a great season for the Braves in baseball. All-state player in basketball, of course. All-state in baseball, too. Grounded to second, running a line to Ethan Otley. Throw to first, 2 up, 2 down, and the Mandan 6th. Now it's DH Dylan Gerke, who doubled and scored in the first inning. 1 for 3. He's reached on an error, too. Thomas Newman, as Sam Joseph indicated in our SMP Health Ave Maria pregame, will pitch in game 2 here. First from Colpin to Gerke, high. So if you want to see some baseball, still plenty for you to see tonight. 1-0. Strike. And again, watch this game. Brought to you by Johnny B's Brickhouse. Link to it is at newsdakota.com or go to the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. 1-1 delivery is a grounder to the right side. Tough hop for Otley, but Ethan able to take it and throws him out. And that's 7 in a row now. Retired by Jackson Colpin. To his credit, he has really settled down after what was a fairly difficult start. But Jamestown still has some work to do. On the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard on Jamestown 107.1, this game heads now to the bottom of the 6th inning at Jack Brown Stadium with a 5-1 lead for Mandan.
Before you can start building a business, you have to have great builders. Hillerud Construction is a builder of high-quality commercial buildings, and they're hiring talented labor and carpenters to help them do just that. Vacation, paid holidays, 401k, and health insurance benefits for full-time employees, plus great pay depending on experience. Apply at 1008 2nd Avenue Southeast, Jamestown, or visit HillerudConstruction.com. Again, visit HillerudConstruction.com, and let's get building.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Well, nothing will settle a pitcher down like the defense that Ty Weiler received for Mandan in the bottom of the 5th. The 2 great plays by Aiden Bogner. Jamestown limited to 1 run. Weiler out for his 2nd inning of work. 4 and a third, I should say, for the starter Gage Miller, who stands to win this game. It's 5-1 Mandan, bottom of the 6th. Jamestown down to their final 6 outs. The Eagles have Brenner Weber, Ethan Otley, and Cale Verkey here batting in the bottom of the 6th. And if anybody gets on, Braxton Perkins. Weber has struck out twice. Swinging in the 1st, looking in the 4th. Those were both against Miller. Now he faces Ty Weiler. First pitch coming, fouled over the Mandan dugout on the third base side. Strike 1. A lot of progress being made on those new softball fields beyond the third base side. It's going to be quite a complex. Strike 1 pitch. Another foul over the Mandan dugout. Strike 2 now to Brenner Weber. And 2 good pitches inside here by Ty Weiler. 0-2 to Weber. Left-handed hitter waits and takes high and away. One and 2. Weiler to Weber. Swing and a miss. Way in front of a slider. Scholes dropped it, but is able to throw to first to complete the strikeout. And there is 1 down in the Jamestown 6th. And there is the 7th strikeout now for Mandan pitching, and the first for Weiler. Ethan Otley has struck out and flown out. Eagles have been limited to 2 hits, down 5-1. First pitch from Weiler. Curve in for a strike. Of course, last Friday in their first game in Valley City's Midsummer Classic, they were no hit by Hillsborough Central Valley. Of course, they didn't have all of their main players. Colpin, Newman, Otley, some others were getting some rest. On the fist, it's grounded to first. Bitts takes it, steps on the bag, 2 up and 2 down. In the Jamestown 6th, another good inside pitch. Weiler is really trying to tie hitters up inside, and there was another good pitch. Now K.O. Verke, who was walked and bounced back to the pitcher, 0 for 1. Eagles down to their last 4 outs in this game. Their Double-A Legion opener. Of course, another game to follow here. First pitch low. Mandan 0-2 in the league. They dropped last week their opening doubleheader to the Dickinson Rough Riders, who are leading the league at 4-0 already. Some teams, like the Eagles starting league play tonight, swung on and missed by Verke. That counts 1-1. But Dickinson looking sharp so far. 1-1 to Verke. And it's a strike on the outside corner, and now Kale's down on the count 1-2. As Weiler tries to breeze his way through the Jamestown 6 with a 4-run lead. Next pitch is a little outside. Now it's 2-2. Faulkner Sheldon took bits around the infield. Copy, Gerhardt, Birdhorse in the outfield. And the next pitch bounces in, stopped by the catcher Scholes. And now the count is full with 2 down and nobody on in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Mandan leading Jamestown, who is batting 5-1. 3-2. Weiler's next delivery, way high, ball 4. I'll give Braxton Perkins a chance to hit. That's the second walk by Weiler, and it is the 5th issued by Mandan. They've also hit a batter. Perkins grounded out in the 2nd, walked in the 5th, but he was tagged out on that good play by Aiden Bogner on that fielder's choice hit into by Colpin that was a little bit disputed by the Eagles. Throw over to first brings Perkins back to the bag. 2 innings completed Target Field. Twins and Texas scoreless. We'll take you there not long after this game ends. First pitch is inside as the runner goes. Head first slide. The throw is to the left field side and late anyway. And Cale Verke has his 2nd stolen base of this game and his 6th already this season. One and 0 to Perkins. Weiler looks at second. Now he fires, and it's in for a strike. 1-1. Eagles down to their last 4 outs in this game. They'll have Thomas Newman going in the 2nd game here later. Then more action this week. Alone, it's 2-1. The 2nd of the 10 league doubleheaders will be in Minot on Thursday afternoon against the Vistas. Then it's on to Canada for the Eagles. To Lethbridge, Alberta on Friday night. 2-1. And that missed a little high. Did he go? He did not. Now it's 3-1 to Perkins. They appealed, thinking that Braxton might have gone too far. We've got a good look at it. He definitely did not, and the umpire agreed. 3-1. Another look at second. Weiler's next pitch is inside. That's ball 4, and back-to-back walks have 2 on with 2 out. And Edison Walters at the bat. Walters has scored the Eagles' run in this game. He did so last inning after he singled. He's 1 for 2. Now 4 for 13 to begin his Eagles season. That's 308. Again, one big swing would put the Eagles right back in the heart of this game. They're down 5-1, bottom of the sixth to Mandan. First one low and away, good backhanded stop by Jensen Scholes. And this is going to bring another mound visit brought to you by Hillerud Construction. There's some loosening going on in the Mandan bullpen. And this is probably just to settle Weiler down a little bit again. He had a rough start to his outing before the two great plays by third baseman Bogner in the fifth. Retired the first two in this inning, but now he's issued back-to-back walks and a first pitch ball to Walters. San Joseph, meanwhile, met with both Verke and Perkins, the base runners. Verke on second, Perkins on first. And back to the dugout. The meeting is broken up. Walters has a double among his 4 hits so far. 1-0 pitch from Weiler. Swing and a foul tip. As Edison had a big cut. Now it's 1-1. Mandan trying to preserve their 4-run lead to the 7th inning. 2 out in the last of the 6th. 1-1 delivery. Bounces in, but Schultz with a full body block and behind the plate. But now it's 2-1 to Walters. Verke walked, then Perkins walked after there were 2 out and nobody on. 2-1 to Edison Walters. Weiler will look at second, spins back, throws there, but just back is Verke. Eagles have lost a runner on the bases with an outfield assist in this game. That happened last inning, along with Bush being tagged out in the fielder's choice play. Next pitch is in for a strike. Big pitch there by Weiler, and now the count's 2-2 to Edison Walters. 2 on, 2 out. Weiler set straight, fires again, misses low. The count's full, so both runners, Verke and Perkins, will be taking off, which means one in the gap would cut this lead in half. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The next is high, and it's ball 4. They're loaded. The tying run comes up. Right. And it is Cody Bush. Bush lined out in the 3rd. Last inning hit by a pitch. But we've told you what happened. He was the one tagged out on that slightly disputed fielder's choice play where Bogner made the great play to tag him out. Well, Bush has a big chance here. He has homered, as we told you earlier. The only Eagles home run so far. Weiler's first pitch. Low and away, and Weiler is seeing the plate jump on around him a little bit. He's walked 4 now and hit a batter in his short outing. Eagles still have had only 2 hits. The 1-0 pitch. High, and it's ball 2. There were 2 out and nobody on, but that's been a while ago now. Bush waits. 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike, and Jensen Scholes says, "Atta, baby." 2-1. He probably also said, "Now do that twice more." Bases are loaded with 2 down. 2-1 pitch to Bush is in at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-2, and Weiler comes back with 2 big pitches. The tying run of the plate for the Eagles. Jamestown trails Mandan 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Weiler with a big 2-2 pitch is bounced down the first baseline and foul. Do it again. Weiler has thrown 41 pitches since he entered last inning and just 18 strikes. But he is one strike away from keeping the Mandan 4-run lead into the 7th inning. Another 2-2 pitch due here for Cody Bush. They're loaded with 2 down. Long look in by Ty. Now the high hold. And the pitch. And he went around on a low pitch. Or at least they appeal. He did not? Yes, he did. They appealed to the first base umpire, and out is Bush. It sure looked like he went around. I wondered when Mandan would make the appeal, and as soon as they did, the first base umpire put that right hand up, and the Eagles miss a big chance. No runs, no hits, 3 walks, but 3 left for Jamestown. They've now stranded 8 runners. To the 7th inning. Here on Jamestown 107.1 on the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard, Mandan maintains their 5-1 lead over Jamestown.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring, and this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center. Physical medicine with personal connection.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Well, Jackson Colpin has gotten better on the mound for Jamestown as this game has moved along. He's retired the last 7, but is it too late for the Eagles? They still have one more chance. Colpin wants to hold Mandan right where they are here. 5-1, Mandan on top, 7th inning. The Chiefs send up 3-4-5. Jack took Aiden Bogner and Marcus Birdhorse. Well, Ty Weiler, it was a roller coaster for him. He walked the bases loaded after there were 2 out and nobody on. As a foul down the first base line by Took, who has 3 RBI today with a 2-run single and RBI ground out. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored 2. But then the strikeout of Cody Bush, who again just could not quite hold up. Mandan waited for some reason to appeal, but when they did, they received what we feel was the correct call. 1-1 now as the next one bounces into Took from Jackson Colpin, who just threw his 91st pitch. 1-1 to Took. And the next one's in for a strike, and it's 1-2. It'll be the top of the order, by the way, in the Eagles' 7th. Newman, Colpin, and Gaynor. They have who they want up there. Next one inside, 2-2. They'd like to be down just 5-1, the Mandan. That's where it stands now in Game 1 of this Double-A opening doubleheader for the Eagles. Next one outside, 3-2. This is the 3rd game in Double-A League play for Mandan. They're 0-2. Full count to Took. Next one from Jackson Colpin is inside for ball 4. The 4th walk that Colpin has issued. 2 of them have been to Took. Now here's Aiden Bogner. Singled in the 5th run in the 4th, 1 for 3. Those 2 great defensive plays in the 5th inning squelched a Jamestown rally. First pitch. Breaking ball. Missed a little inside. Next one. Foul back to the screen on the first base side, 1-1. 5-1 Mandan. Chiefs batting in the top of the 7th inning, and now head coach Jake Kincaid will call time, brought to you by Hillary Construction, and talk things over here with Bogner and say, okay, here's what we want to do here. He knows those good hitters, Kincaid does, are coming up for Jamestown in the bottom of the 7th inning, so he's thinking, yeah, this is a 4-run lead, but no lead's big enough, he's got to feel. 1-1 to Bogner. Shows bunt. That's what they were talking about. But he took it a little outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Is it on again? Yes, it is. And it is off the glove of Bush, but Took was running anyway, and that's a stolen base, and now the count's 3-1. A bunt and run there. Ends up in a stolen base for Took, his first of the season. Now runner on second with nobody out, and a 3-1 count to Bogner. Colpin. Look at second. Jackson delivers. Bunt shown again. It's popped up and caught by Gaynor, the first baseman. Back to second. Goes Took. Well, interesting that they still had the bunt on, even though the runner moved himself over. Now there's 1 down, and Marcus Birdhorse comes up. 0 for 2. He has reached on an error and walked. Colpin, as Took's taking a pretty big lead at second, delivers one low and away. At Target Field, still scoreless. Twins and Texas, they're in the top of the 4th inning. Not long after this game finishes, we will take you there here on Jamestown 107.1, your home for Twins baseball, and the Eagles too. Again, 4 more Eagles broadcasts coming up. 1 later this month, 3 in July. Go back to second. Oh, and they have Took picked off. Take him to the shortstop, Newman. Now to the third baseman, Weber, who tags him out. It goes 1-6-5, and Took was way off base. And just like that, there are 2 out and nobody on. Still a 1-0 count to Birdhorse, and the next one is inside to Marcus, 2-0 to him. So that helps out the Eagles a little, they hope. 2-0 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Colpin with a 3-0 delivery inside, and just like that, there's a runner on again. And Troy Gerhardt will come up. That was the 104th pitch by Jackson Colpin. 56 strikes, and Sam Joseph is going to come out for a visit. And you wonder if this will be it. I think there's the activity, the bullpen is out of our view. You wonder if there's been activity. Yep, here comes Adam Sortland. So a pitching change here, and Adam Sortland, who has been warming up a lot of this game, will come in to pitch here in the top of the 7th inning. 2 out, 1 on. Mandan leading Jamestown by a score of 5-1. And more coming up from Jack Brown Stadium on Jamestown 107.1.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at TRAC. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Seems like spring is more than just around the corner. It could stay any day now. So get ready with a Jamestown Country Club membership. Our 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play this spring at the Jamestown Country Club.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Original!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmy apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
With Adam Sortland into pitch, Cody Bush moves into right field. Brenner Weber goes behind the plate, and Jackson Colpin to third base. Sortland has pitched 3 innings for the Eagles early in this campaign. ERA 4.67. 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 hits. He struck out 4. He's walked 4. He's thrown a wild pitch. And they're asking Adam for 1 out here to try to keep this game at a 5-1 Mandan lead going to the last of the 7th inning when the Eagles are set to have the top of their order up. Troy Gerhardt will be the first batter to face Adam Sortland, and Adam hopes the only one. Gerhardt has grounded out twice and flown out in this game. Marcus Birdhorse on first with 2 out. Sortland's first pitch is a slider low. Watch this game. The link to where you can do so is at newsdakota.com. Brought to you by Johnny B's Brick House. 1-0 delivery is a line drive into right field for a base hit. Birdhorse stops at second as it's brought back in by Eddie Walters, but there's hit number 7 now for Mandan, and they have 2 on now with 2 out, and first baseman Ryan Bitts comes to the plate. Bitts has a single and 3 trips. Thanks to Max O'Neill for his assistance a moment ago. Here's the strike inside. Did I hear him say he's going to New York this weekend? Why would he want to do that? He's from New York, as you know. He even tells me he's getting fantastic seats to see his beloved Yankees. Good thing he doesn't have to pay for them because those are not cheap. Foul back by Bitts. He's down on the count at strike 2. Don't you have to take out a mortgage to get one of the seats you're going to be sitting in Yankee Stadium, Max, normally? The 0-2 pitch from Adam Sortland to Ryan Bitts. With first and second now, and the pitch is bounced in front of the plate. In to pick it up is Sortland. Throws for the out. Good play by Adam, who did his job. No runs. 1 hit, 2 walks, and 2 left. Mandan is now stranded 8. Last chance for the Eagles to the bottom of the 7th inning on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard, as it is on Jamestown 107.1. Mandan leading Jamestown by a score of 5-1.
This is the sound of a good old-fashioned garage. It's called Pit Stop Express Lube and More in downtown Jamestown at 117 4th Street Northwest. Mike is reminding you to have them look at your tires, shocks, brakes, and wipers before you take the family on vacation this summer. They believe in making sure their customers' vehicles are perfectly maintained for safety. No appointment necessary for oil changes. Pit Stop Express Lube and More. Call 952-7867.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Aiden Bogner will try to finish this up on the mound here for Mandan. Of course, he has been playing third base. So they'll look to Bogner for the final 3 outs. This is not a save situation since Mandan has a 4-run lead. And he will face Thomas Newman, Jackson Colpin, and Bennett Gaynor. The top of the Jamestown order in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and the Eagles need them all to reach down in this game by a score of 5-1 in game 1 of this doubleheader. Newman in this game has singled, grounded out, walked, and stolen another base. That is 7 for him now early on in this season. Texas, by the way, has taken a 3-0 lead over the Twins in the top of the 4th at Target Field. First pitch to Newman is in for a strike. RBI single by Adolis Garcia for the Rangers, and then Kyle Higashioka with a 2-run single. Strike 1 pitch from Bogner to Newman is a line drive. Look out, hit hard but foul down the left field line, 0-2. Newman got all of that one, just couldn't straighten it out. Now he's down on the count, strike 2. 5-1 Mandan, bottom of the 7th. Aiden Bogner, the third Mandan pitcher, delivers. Hit Newman. Second Eagle that's been hit in this game. Well, there's one of the runners that the Eagles need. Now they'd like Jackson Colpin to reach. Jackson now at third base. 0 for 2 with a walk. And the Eagles come up with another last at-bat win. They've had a couple of these already, and of course the Blue Jays did that a few times during their season too, and ball one misses low to Colpin. And a last at-bat win here yesterday against Castleton in game 1. That was in the 6th inning. We're in the 7th. 5-1 Mandan. And a breaking ball's in for a strike, and it's 1-1. And from the point of view of Bogner, just has to worry about throwing strikes and getting outs here. He only needs 3 for Mandan's first league win. 1-1. Low, 2-1. There goes Newman to second. There's not even a throw made. Newman has another stolen base. Number 8. Pardon me, the pitch was a strike. And now strike 3 is called. And Colpin, just like that, is done. He is struck out for the second time. So there's 1 for Mandan, and Bennett Gaynor will come up. And Bennett's got to feel like he's due. 0 for 3, a fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out. After going 5 for his first 11. 5-1 Mandan, runner on second, 1 out. Jamestown bats in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch is a bouncer to third, taken there, throw across, got him. Newman over to third, beats the throw there. But the Eagles are down to their last chance now. There are 2 down. And it is up to Brenner Weber, who has struck out all 3 times he's come up so far. First pitch from Bogner. Bounces in. Big chance missed by the Eagles last inning when there were 3 walks to load the bases with 2 out, but they couldn't score. Held to 1 run when they had some traffic in the 5th. Here is a pitch that is swung on and missed, but goes back to the backstop, and Newman is in to score. And now it's 5-2 for Mandan. Count 1-1 now to Brenner Weber. with now the base is empty. So the Eagles still need a couple of runners. They've still had only 2 hits in this game. 1-1 pitch from the right-hander Bogner is fouled back to the screen, and now the Eagles are down to their final strike of this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brenner Weber. Working quickly is Bogner. Here's the next. It's high, and it's 2-2. Nine strikeouts by Mandan pitching. Again, 3 of them to Weber. The left-handed batter waits on a 2-2 pitch from Aiden Bogner with 2 out and nobody on. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Weber strikes out for the 4th time to end this game, and the Mandan Chiefs hang on. In the Jamestown 7th inning, a run on no hits. There was a hit batter, a stolen base, while pitch scored the run, and nobody left. And the Mandan Chiefs pick up their first Double-A League win of the season. Final score on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard, Mandan 5, Jamestown 2. Still another game, of course, to follow here. Jamestown is now 4-4 overall and 0-1 in the league, and Mandan is at 4-4 overall and 1-2 in the league. And we'll have a brief Arm Stout postgame show for you next from Jack Brown Stadium on Jamestown 107.1.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmys from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage and auto loans, to business banking services. At Unison Bank, we offer financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Located in Jamestown, Linton, and Wishing, as well as Gilbert, Arizona. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Solid pitching by Mandan held the Jamestown Eagles to 2 hits, and Mandan takes game 1 of this Double-A Legion doubleheader 5-2. The Arm Stout postgame show at Jack Brown Stadium. For Mandan, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they left 8. For Jamestown, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and the Eagles also left 8 men on base. Gage Miller, the winner, with 4 1/3 effective innings. He's 1-0, a run, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts. Jackson Colpin took the loss 0-1, 5 runs, 6 hits, and 6 2/3. He had just 2 strikeouts and 5 walks. Jack brought in the first 2 Mandan runs with a first inning single, 2 more in the second on an error and a took RBI ground ball. Aiden Bogner with an RBI single in the 4th made it 5-0 Mandan. Jamestown scored their only run in the 5th. Could have been more for the Eagles, though. Run scored in a wild pitch, but with 1 out and runners on first and third, Jackson Colpin hit into a ground ball down the third baseline of the Eagles. I think still may contend was foul, but it was fair, and Bogner reached out and tagged the lead runner, Cody Bush, on an excellent play, and then made a great play on a ground ball to throw out Gaynor. Eagles had chances after that, as Verke, Perkins, and Walters all walked with the bases loaded and 2 out in the 6th, but couldn't score. Newman hit by a pitch to start the 7th, and the Eagles did push across the second run, but not enough as Mandan takes a 5-2 victory. Thomas Newman will start the second game here. We'll take you to the Twins shortly after we remind you again that a very busy time The Eagles are going to play a lot of games. After it's one more here tonight, they have another league doubleheader. This will be a Minot against the Vistas on Thursday afternoon at Corbett Field. Then they head for a week worth of games in Canada. First in Lethbridge, Alberta. They'll play 4 in the Mario Kiowa tournament starting on Friday. That goes through Sunday. Then next Tuesday in Medicine Hat against the Moose Monarchs. And then a week from Thursday in Moose Jaw against the Canucks. And then a league doubleheader in Williston on Friday, the 20th of June. They will play Mandan. These Chiefs will come back here for a 9-inning game, a non-counter on Monday, July 23rd. And then the next day will be our next Eagle broadcast on Tuesday, July 24th, when the Bismarck Governors will play here. We'll have the first game of that doubleheader that day at 5:15. Our thanks to our folks with the Eagles for their help and to Jackson Miller for his assistance on video. And remember, you can watch this game, a replay of it, at newsdakota.com. We have the link to it. I'm David Burrell. Mandan takes a 5-2 victory over Jamestown in Game 1 of this Legion doubleheader. Again, if you want to see some more, come on out to Jack Brown Stadium. But the Twins are next on 107.1. Thanks for listening, and good evening.